So Jude, I'm going to come right back to you. We just heard your letter to pressure. What advice would you give your best friend if they told you exactly what you said?
Okay, so I would say whenever you feel pressured, just play or do what you're doing for yourself, not for someone else or for someone else to think better of you. Play as if you're alone and when you feel free. Try to let loose, yet work your hardest. Stay mentally calm because when you don't, your mind can add unnecessary pressure.
Whew.
And yeah.
Jude, I'm going to stay with you for a second, okay?
Mhm.
So let's say that you shared that advice with me, and now I'm going to play your best friend and you're going to give me advice. Does that make sense?
Mhm. Yes.
So I want to play for myself, Jude. The challenge
Mhm.
is my parents are always talking about my performance.
Try to like communicate with your parents and let them know that when they're trying to help, that at times they can be adding excess pressure to the pressure that's already added on you.
How do you get them to, I try to say that, but like, how do you get them to understand that?
Um, they should understand when you let them know like how it affects your playing. Like if their pressure is affecting how you play or how you show up, they should understand that what they're doing is affecting you in the long run and in the short run when you're trying to be your best.
Jude, I hear you. And let me ask you this. How do I deal with it when they tell me how much they're investing in me to help make me the best player I can be? That alone makes me feel a lot of pressure.
Then just start. Yes, they invest in you, but you're doing this because you love to do it and you chose to do it. So whenever you feel pressure, just think that you're doing it for yourself because you want to do it, and don't try to think about like the pressure that's already on you. Think about that you're doing it for yourself because you love to do it.
It was sometimes that makes so much sense. And I do think sometimes I struggle with loving the game because it starts to feel like work. How
Mhm.
do I get back to loving the game so I can play free?
Sometimes you need like a mental reset or like a break, just a bit to get your mind straight. I feel like once you get your mind straight, then you build the love for the game. And sometimes when you lose your love for the game, it's due to that pressure. So whenever you feel pressured, um, you need to take a step back and think about like the good times that you had, and maybe that'll help you get the love back.
All right. So, Jude, I want you to think about the tone you just spoke with,
Mhm.
okay, and how kind you were to me. Are you that kind to yourself when you're going through tough times?
At the moment in pressure, I would say no.
Compare the difference.
Yeah.
Like, so
Um,
you're this way to me. What's different with when you're talking to me versus when you're talking to yourself?
well, it doesn't sound the same, but sometimes I guess when I'm in the moment, I'm just like I'm trying to get like I feel like it's almost more intense. Like, all right, let's play harder. Next time I should have won that ball. Let's go. Like more intense and direct rather than taking a moment and calmly getting my mind straight and getting my ideas straight to myself.
Isn't that interesting?
Yeah.
What do you think about that?
I think that sometimes we're nicer to others than what we are to ourselves.
And I think about the best coaches you've ever had. So think about who is the best. You don't have to say it out loud, but who is the best coach you ever had? Okay. So put
Mhm.
that in your mind.
Mhm.
What made them great?
I would say like in times that we're losing or in important games like finals or something, they were able to keep their composure during hard times or during rough times or in times with a lot of pressure. They were able to stay calm, which kept the team calm, which ended up in better results when we're all calm rather than someone yelling at us.
And don't you see how sometimes we yell at ourselves?
Yes.
Isn't that nuts? So my goal for you is this. How do you build confidence? Is the advice that you just gave to me,
Mhm,
if you trust that and do it yourself, think
mhm.
about how much more strong you would be on the inside if you would just take your own advice.
Yeah, I would be mentally stronger, more tough also, like whenever I'm facing a lot of pressure.
Think about that, Jude. And especially, how old are you now?
I'm 15 still.
Imagine when you're 15, when you're 25, what kind of mind you would have if you get practice at listening and trusting yourself now.